Hello everyone, thanks for dropping by. There's really nothing to report on the MGTOW front at this late stage in 2020, and there's really nothing to report beyond what I did last week about what's going on behind the scenes at Lucasfilm and Disney, as I reported last week. Kathleen Kennedy's still there, and it will be till next year when we find out if she's going to go or not. So I thought I'd do one about the current Star Wars must-see, which is The Mandalorian, or the big guy on your screen there. I've not watched it myself, as I said in my last video. I'm not doing that until she has gone and her storybook group have gone. But a couple of my workmates at work have watched this regularly from the beginning of the season 1. Hello Adam, hello Loon, and I thought I'd just do some talk about it as you are all part of the way through season 2 and season 3 appears to be in the works. On that basis, I had a look around and I found this in Tech Radar dated October 16th, 2020. As you can see, The Mandalorian season 3 is confirmed and it's filming soon. It just goes on about it. I don't know anything about the story, but this bit is interesting. A Mandalorian movie. It says, in case Fabio had something interesting to say about how he sees the future of The Mandalorian 2. He learned a lot from his experience at Marvel, and it was very organic how it would evolve. In that case, there would be Baby Yoda and the Mandalorian, the core travelling duo at the centre of the show, but a lot remains uncertain about The Mandalorian Season 2, with rumours rife of characters from the wider Star Wars universe popping up. Favreau was also asked about the possibility of The Mandalorian coming to the big screen, i.e. a Mandalorian movie, which he says they're in no rush to do, but they're definitely open to it. Which means in some time in the future you could have The Mandalorian on the big screen where Star Wars belongs. No discussions taking place about any feature film appearances though. Looks like Star Wars TV show is here for a long time to come. Now on that basis, I had a quick look around, and to confirm the last article, it says The Mandalorian Season 3 is already in the works, so they could be already working on Season 3, which means more adventures of Baby Yoda. And it goes yada yada yada, all about it. With episodes doled out weekly, there's still a long way to go before Season 2 wraps up. But that doesn't mean they're not already thinking ahead to Season 3. Here's what we know so far. The Mandalorian season is already being planned out, as I just said. The question isn't whether Disney Plus is interested in the third season of the show. It's already been in the works, which means they're already planning it. Well, before season 2 was even aired, sources close have confirmed that the creator Jon Favreau had been writing season 3 for a while. So whatever storylines are generated in season 2 are going to be carried over into season 3. The art department, led by Lucasfilm Vice President Doug Chiang, has been creating concepts for Season 3 for the past few weeks, Variety reported back in April. And more yada yada. No surprise that no details about Favreau's vision for Season 3 have been dribbled out yet. In fact, there's a lot of secrecy. We have no hints about the planets Mando will visit or any characters that might cross his path. We have a morsel via Favreau. The subsequent seasons may go on for far-flung words for more characters that were allowed in Season 1. As we introduce other characters, there are opportunities to follow different storylines. Now this bit is interesting. It says in the same Entertainment Weekly story, the world was really captivated by Game of Thrones. I never saw Game of Thrones. Swords and sandals and wizards and all that kind of thing just isn't my thing, even though and the little bits of sex that's supposed to be in Game of Thrones isn't really my thing either. and how that evolved as the characters followed different storylines. That's very appealing to me as an audience member. So it could be that Favreau is going to have the Mandalorian go along a sort of parallel path of Game of Thrones and a long, convulsive, twisting storyline which comes to a conclusion. Now, Game of Thrones, I believe, went on for 8 seasons, so maybe there's going to be 8 seasons of The Mandalorian with a long storyline developing and different characters following different storylines as in Games of Thrones. Will it happen? I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. Espero confirmed that the universe expansion in an interview with People. We're living in a universe that is huge. Well, you're living in a galaxy. To me, Star Wars is based in the future in our Milky Way galaxy, not in another one. But that's moot. And there is so much to explore. He tells the magazine, so I think this show is going to lay the groundwork for the depth and breadth that's going to come in Season 3 and Season 4, which sort of ties in with what I've speculated about The Mandalorian being like a space version of Game of Thrones, but probably without the sex, where you're really going to start to get answers. Intriguing. No release date for The Mandalorian Season 3. Well, that's understandable because Season 2 is only about a quarter of a third of the way through. The big question is when and how the show could safely film a 3rd season. The Mandalorian is lucky that all the shooting for Season 2 was completed before the COVID-19 pandemic hit, and the rest could be finished remotely. The 3rd season not yet started filming. Now, I found this Mandalorian release date seemingly confirmed by Disney+. We may only be 3/4 in the Mandalorian, but it seems we are maybe getting Season 3 next year. Well, if you drop back to that, the 3rd season not yet started filming, but this was done 24 days ago, so they said next year, which means YouTube channel streaming shows that are coming to the streamer in 2021. And the list includes Mandalorian Series 1, 2, and 3. We already knew Season 3 was in development earlier this year, with reports that pre-production was already underway in the art and production design. And as I said, Favreau was working on the scripts for the next season. However, that means Season 3 could be our seasons a lot sooner than expected. And I found this in Forbes. There's no date when it was written. Mandalorian Season 3 is already being worked on at Disney+. And there's just more yada yada about it. And I'll naturally put all these links below so you can have a read it yourself. We know next to nothing about Season 2 of The Mandalorian so far. I don't watch it, so I can't comment. So naturally we know even less about Season 3. The goal put forward in the Season 1 finale was that Mando was tasked with reuniting Baby Yoda with his people. But the Yoda race has been enjoying Star Wars mystery for decades and blah blah blah. That could be the storyline, like in Game of Thrones, to reunite Baby Yoda with the rest of the Yodas. One thing we think we know about Season 2 is that Rosario Dawson, an aged-up version of the character we saw in Clone Wars, who eventually appeared in Rebels, there could be both of those appearances, and Dawson would be a more mature Force wielder than where Anushka be before. Well, whatever. Anyway, I would expect no less than 5 years on The Mandalorian, going back to the Game of Thrones. How many years did the Game of Thrones series last? Is it 1 year or 5? I never watched Game of Thrones, so I couldn't possibly say. But this last paragraph, if its current success ends up being replicated to any extent upon upcoming Disney Star Wars shows like Obi-Wan or limited stories, but there's no telling how long before the Mandalorian adventures could continue. As I said, it's probably the long-term plan is to have it as long as Game of Thrones with a similar type of story, with the finale to the whole adventure is Baby Yoda being reunited. Speaking of movies, on HMV, all the 6 series plus Rogue One is now on 4K high-definition Blu-rays. I'll probably be treating myself to that for Christmas, as well as probably 1 or 2 other presents from me, to me, I should say. But for now, I think that's it for this one. Sorry, it's not really much, but there's not really much to comment about. But for those of you who like the story, the big guy is coming back for another season. I could watch it. Shut up. It's at the bottom here. There. $6.99 a month. But I'm not paying $5.99 a month, sorry. I'm not paying £6 a month just for one TV series, as I'm not really much interest in anything else besides Star Wars. I just clicked on that to see what happens when you do sign up. Email address, blah, blah, blah. Nah. Back. Come on, Christopher. Anyway, that's it for this one. Little Baby Yoda and the big guy, he's coming back for season 3, so it's up to you whether you want to watch it or not. I'm not going to watch anything till that woman is gone. Hopefully they might come out with the box set and I'll watch it then, but until Kathleen Kennedy is gone, I'll just rely on Loon and Adam to tell me what's going on in the programme. Right, this video's gone on long enough, so that's it till next week. You know the routine. Comment, subscribe, thumbs up, thumbs down, etc. Completely up to you. Until next Monday then, that's it. Bye-bye.